Jackie Warner, celebrity fitness guru, Bravo reality star, lesbian icon. But what happened to Jackie Warner? When I started this podcast, I had no idea where it would lead me. I began watching Workout Season 1, and now, 3 episodes in, my entire world is changing. This show is powerful. It gets under your skin. I think about it. I dream about it. I've begun looking at women as if I myself am a fierce lesbian, hot on the hunt. I've begun wearing high T-back thongs and bootcut True Religion jeans. And when my hair grows out and I can cut tips, you would best believe they'll be frosted. Workout has challenged everything I thought I knew. Behind the veneer of sexy reality drama and the chaotic antics of 2006 LA lies a mystery so compelling it has robbed me of my sanity, my serenity. Now I'm on a mission to find Jackie Warner. But how? I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm merely a horse-hung confident king who loves donuts and Diet Coke. So to get serious, I'm going to talk to someone who knows the layered, lush, and labial lesbian zeitgeist, inside and literally out. A professional lesbian. A one-woman hive mind of sapphic seduction. Welcome to Show Pony, a relentless look at the shows that shape us. It's time to dive into the mysterious folds of Workout, Season 1, Episode 3. Let's begin. Listen to these things. Hey, wait a minute. Come here.
What is she doing?
I think I dropped some M&Ms in my crotch and they melted, so she might be licking chocolate, but we'll see if she survives.
Okay. That could be the cliffhanger.
Will Piper make it?
Yeah. Well, put that as the little teaser. You know how they do that now at the
Dog
beginning?
licks chocolate. Will it live?
At the beginning of YouTube videos, you have to watch that torturous 7-minute.
Yeah.
It's called the hook.
I don't do the hook yet.
Don't bother.
Maybe we should do the hook. Welcome back to Show Pony. I'm here with my good friend, Jess Rothschild. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for doing this.
This is the role I was born to play.
So, as you know, I've been watching Workout. I never have watched it before.
That's unbelievable to me.
I know.
Because this is the crown jewel in the early Bravo era.
Yeah. But put me in the place of what was going on in the lesbian realm of consciousness in 2006.
Thank you for asking that. I would say...
Where were we? What were we doing? What were we wearing?
In 2006, we were 2 seasons in to the L Word airing.
Damn.
So we are deep in the lesbian zeitgeist. So what we're wearing, we have a lot of girls thinking they're Shane from the L Word, which means we've got short, shaggy hair, like the Sally Hershberger haircut. We're wearing a lot of vests, a lot of like low-rise jeans.
Yeah.
I mean, the L Word, that's really the center of the zeitgeist.
I didn't even think of that.
Wait,
but
can I tell you something?
That's exactly why this show popped off, probably. Go ahead.
Yes, and 2 days ago, I'm going for a walk out. I'm standing outside Cafe Clooney. Jennifer Beals and the creator of the L Word, Eileen Chaikin, are standing. There's only the 3 of us on the street. Cubbyhole is right opposite, and I guess they were going to breakfast, and I snuck a little video.
Yeah.
So we can embed that in this if you would like.
Please. My old roommate was on the L Word.
Who?
Her name's Kate French. She's beautiful. She played the...
You think I don't know who Kate French played?
Her role was like the most beautiful lesbian in town.
She was heavily featured. She had a major role in the 5th season.
She was great. I still know her. Friends with her.
You should go back.
Okay.
After this, you turn this into an L Word recap show.
Fine. So you're into the L Word. Lesbians are kind of popping off.
Well, we have to bring somebody into the conversation.
Yes.
Jillian Michaels, we need to bring her in.
She was before Jackie, right?
Do you know that Jillian Michaels and Jackie Warner dated for 6 years?
Tell me about that.
They dated for 6 years.
Before Workout.
They owned Sky Sport and Spa together.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God. For 6 years?
6 years. They lived together. There was a storyline on the L Word that was about two rival lesbian nightclub promoters, and it was based on them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Was their breakup nasty?
Horrendous.
Oh God.
Which Jackie goes into detail. Like, she told me that.
So you interviewed Jackie before for your podcast?
5 times.
Wow. You're an expert.
I could write a book.
I need to know where she is. Let's get organized. So first of all, hot takes and deep dives.
Yeah, babe.
Is the podcast, and
You've been on it.
I know. I feel like the most we've talked is when we've been on your podcast.
No, we've gotten closer.
I know, but like I thrive on the mic.
You do.
So people can listen to the Jackie interviews on that podcast.
Oh yeah.
Were you hearing of the Jillian Michaels, Jackie Warner stuff?
No.
This was
the world didn't.
The lesbian drama.
No. She broke it on my show. Like she
Great.
told me, and then like I got a lot of press.
Wow.
From it, so that's how it like exploded.
Okay, so tell me we can listen to the full episode,
Listen
please.
to the episode. So they met, so they worked together,
Yeah.
and according to Jackie, she's the one who got Jillian into fitness, into like training.
According to Jackie.
According to Jackie.
Yeah.
She's the one who got Jillian into training. And basically, they were really into. I'm like, what did you guys do together? They used to spin together. They were like hardcore, like workout fuck buddies, but they were in a relationship.
Yeah.
But it seemed to be a very volatile relationship.
Sure.
I mean, according to Jackie, like Jillian's wild. According to Jackie, Jillian would allegedly spit on people.
I mean, I see it.
Yeah.
Andy wrote about her in his book. He's always said like she was the worst person that was ever on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah. Do we know why?
I forget why. I forget what it was, but I think she was rude to staff, maybe.
And she's a big like Trump supporter.
Well, that's another podcast. So Jackie, though, at this point is a hot lesbian.
So these are the key facts you need to know. They opened Sky Sport and Spa together.
Yeah.
And then they wanted Jackie for Biggest Loser, but she had just opened up the gym, so she's like, I don't want to do that. So she recommended Jillian to the producers.
And Biggest Loser, I was thinking, okay, throughout this episode, like there's this woman, Tess, who comes and she's overweight. And the way we talk about fitness has come so far. You know, that what they tell them to eat, she tells her at one point in this episode, eat one hard-boiled egg and a small apple. Just the way they talk about it is very interesting. This is what Americans wanted to see: fat people lose weight fast, and they wanted to see transformation. The Swan was on.
Yes.
I'm trying to put in context how workout happened. I want to know. So Jackie was on Blowout.
She was?
I read on some thread like that was her first thing on Bravo, was that she was a guest.
Maybe.
She would go in to get her hair done on Blowout, which I need to find that episode.
Interesting.
Because I want to know, like, what was the sizzle reel for Workout? Who was the producer that took it to Bravo? Do you know this?
This is all in the first time I interviewed. She told that whole story that basically they came to her because she had this like gorgeous gym, and I think they wanted to do something about the gym, but then they were so fascinated by her that they were like, actually, we just want to follow you.
Right. Well, you know, flipping out happened because Jenny made a sizzle reel about her life, and they were like, this crazy boss you have, what's up with him?
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated by the way sizzles work.
Yeah.
A sizzle reel. So you watched Workout as a viewer.
Oh, as it was airing in real time.
And you were living in New York.
Oh, yeah.
There was, I guess, MySpace. Facebook wasn't even really happening yet. Where was the lesbian gossip train?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Friendster?
I'll tell you where it was. Okay. There's a corner of the internet.
I'm listening.
I've talked about this on Hot Takes. There's a corner of the internet called L Chat, and it looks like it was built in 1985.
El Chan. So you were like, what is the tea on the famous lesbians?
And it's all just like anonymous lesbians gossiping, and it still runs today. That was the Reddit.
Well, it was Data Lounge. There's a thing called Data Lounge for gay guys.
It's Data Lounge for
was
lesbians.
mean. You go in there and be like, oh, John, when I was in Hairspray, be like, oh, John, I had sex with him, he has a small dick. Like, all these like horrible rumors.
After Ellen was the big like lesbian website.
After Ellen.
That was the big thing at the time. And then later in 2009, I was a founding writer of this independent.
Of course you were.
I'm very like professional lesbian. I was a founding writer of the alternative, sort of like the Brooklyn version, was called Autostraddle.
Wait, I know this. Of course, Autostraddle.
And it still exists today.
Yeah.
So I was recapping a lot of like, whenever Rosie O'Donnell would go on the Howard Stern show, I would record like illegally, like bootleg the thing off of Sirius and like rip the audio. It's probably still up there.
The police are coming right now to arrest you and send you to jail.
So that's what was going on in 2006.
Thank you for your service, though. Was Jackie considered a lustful sex object?
100%.
I can imagine. She is very sexy.
She's got that Madonna body, like the perfect muscles where she's not too skinny where she doesn't look like she's an eating disorder.
No.
She's like the proper ratio.
Yeah.
She has the perfect physique.
So she was 37 when she shot this. I think like 37, 38.
Yeah. You're in your prime.
That's when you're in your prime.
Oh wait, I have another bit of workout tea.
Tell me.
Okay, so you'll really appreciate this. A little peek behind the curtain. I'm working on not a workout, but I'm working on a fitness related documentary series, which John is part of.
It's so good.
John is part of it.
We can't say what exactly it is, but it is like so sweet spot pop culture of a certain era, much like this.
Yeah.
It's like people are going to be very interested.
Yeah. And the instructor who was my pivotal, like, spiritual awakening, like,
instructor at
we can say
Soul Cycle.
Yeah. We're talking about yes. The thing is about Soul Cycle. Okay. The instructor who was like the person who like hooked me and like where I found my community.
Yeah.
Her name is Stevie.
Braids.
Yes.
I know Stevie. I took from Stevie. Lesbian.
She's
fitness?
not gay. Can you believe it? No, but wait. Are you sitting down? So she moved here for Soul Cycle. She was recruited. She was a trainer at Sky Sport and Spa. And she didn't want to be on reality TV. So she's working there. So I had my eyes darting around.
Where is she?
Where's Stevie?
Well, my old trainer, Craig, was on Workout, or he was on
Craig Ramsey?
Intervention. Craig Ramsey. He's my old trainer. He was
We have
an
a
old
mutual friend.
He's an old Broadway guy. He was my just actual trainer at Gold's Gym in LA. Is he on Workout or Thintervention?
Thintervention.
Okay, he's a great guy. The thing about Jackie that I love is that all through this episode, when her mom's there, she's very patient.
Yeah.
Jackie's very good, and she says something interesting. She's like, I handle my mom the way I've always handled my mom, which is just to be patient and be nice.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in my 30s and 20s in LA, and my mom would come, it's frustrating because you're being the bigger person by saying, like, it's okay, you don't approve my lifestyle, but sure, you can be a part of my life. That's a hard thing for someone who is the junior person in the relationship to do. She says, I just want my mom to be able to talk to her. And that's what I've always said. I didn't care. I didn't need my mom to have an answer. I didn't want my mom to have the fix, but I wanted to be able to be like, here's what I'm struggling with. And her to be like, oh, I get that. Let's figure it out together. But that wasn't an option. I don't know. I was very touched by, hi.
I totally forgot the scene where Jackie and Mimi are painting.
Okay, wait. I have to issue an apology because on the last episode, I mercilessly mocked the painting that Mimi gives Jackie. And it wasn't until this episode that I realized that Mimi painted it herself. She didn't say, oh, you painted this for me? She goes, oh, thanks. Now I think it's a beautiful painting because she painted it. And I apologize for that. Now I think it's beautiful and I want one. Let me just go through like the story points.
Yeah, please
of this
hit your
episode.
cards.
We're recovering from Mimi walking out in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
We set up that Jackie's mom is coming. Her name's Karen. She lives in Ohio. She's coming to visit. She's worried about her mom's visit. I'm glad also they front loaded this story in Workout Season 1. This conversation wasn't happening in real time on television. Disapproving parent, gay kid, out loud and proud. Like, this was a major discussion to be having, I think, on reality TV.
Yeah.
There was discussion about being gay, but this exact dynamic
With like a Christian Mormon.
Yeah. I hate the word edgy, but it was an edgier show. Also, these girls are kissing. They're tonguing at the table, and she's like, I'm going to freeze my fucking egg. She's like, I'm going to carry your baby. Anyway, she says all through the episode, I am so focused on my career. I don't want my mom to distract me. Tess, we already mentioned that. 1 boiled egg and 1 small apple is the suggested diet for her. It's either that or gastric bypass.
I know, it made me think of Ozempic.
Me too. This was an example of the conversation of the general population. Was like, there's a weight problem. What are my solutions? Did I tell you I did a bump of Ozempic?
No.
Yeah, I did.
You did a bump?
I did a bump of Ozempic.
When?
Like a year and a half ago.
Oh my God, it's a long time ago.
I went to this doctor and he was like, I'm going to put you on all this longevity meds. I had turned 45 and he's like, my dad had died of, he had horrible dementia. And he's like, we're going to put you on all this longevity, like biohacking stuff, peptides. And, we're going to put you on Ozempic. And I was like, I don't need to be on Ozempic. I know. I was like, I don't want to be on that. Like, I'm in shape. And he was like, no, it's not for that. It's for longevity. It's to prevent Alzheimer's. It's all this good stuff. Everyone's going to be on it eventually. And I was like, no, I don't want that. And then a month went by. I had a moment where I felt fat over the holidays. And I go, hey, remember what you said about Ozempic? I'm going to try it.
So what were the effects?
Okay, really quick, and then we'll go back to workout.
No, this is the most interesting part.
I have disordered eating. So like,
me too.
I I was orthorexic for a long time. Anything that goes in has to be processable. You have to go work out so you can earn the calories you eat. It was just, my mind was...
I'm very similar.
Yeah. So my issues around food, I wrangled them in on my own, but my food noise, as they say, was always there. So like, even though I was in great shape, my mind was always on like, oh, can I get a brownie today at 4 p.m. if I have worked out and done CrossFit and done this? And then if I have this for dinner, can I have that brown? It just was a lot. So when I took the Ozempic, that went away. And for someone like me, who is obsessive about food, it was the biggest sigh of relief.
Whoa.
But
with one bump?
One bump. I mean, I did it for like a month. But for me, the danger that, and this is just my experience, I'm not a doctor, but it was dangerous to someone with disordered eating because the relief I felt from that was dangerous, because then I never wanted to eat. And I stopped thinking about food entirely. And that made me, I was like, thank God I don't have to worry about this anymore. And I lost my gains. I had spent 3 years in the gym building so much muscle. It went away in like 2 months. I gained it back.
Oh my God.
So it emotionally messed with me. And I think that if people are going to do Ozempic, they need to just be talking about it with their therapist, with a friend.
Wow.
Just so that they're aware of the changes, because it's a big change in your mind.
Ozempic is also, it also dials down the need for alcohol.
That's the other thing. Like I don't really have cravings anyway, but like your urge to be compulsive is a little bit like calmed down. So it's interesting. Anyway, Jackie, now we get to the art class. Go.
Okay.
They met in art class. Mimi and Jackie met in art class.
That was an iconic revelation. Very lesbian.
And I can so see it.
Oh,
it's so L-word.
Jackie has an art studio in her house now in Ohio. So like that, we've got consistency there.
When are we going to talk about the fact that Jackie lives in Ohio? Can you tell me?
Okay.
Let's just get through the episode, then because that's what I want to know most about.
Okay.
Jackie wants to freeze her eggs.
It was kind of sexy when she painted like the whiskers on her. I was into that.
That's a difference between, I think, like lesbian romance. I don't like a playful, don't paint on my face. And
it made me like be like, oh, like I want someone.
I know.
I did have the pang of like,
that's healthy. I would have been like, I'm never speaking to you again. Don't paint my face.
Well, she did say, she mentioned that they're acrylic.
Yeah, it was cute. Karen makes a sex change joke. Jackie's like, I want to tell you something. She's like, you're not having a sex change, are you? Again, I was expecting to be kind of angered and enraged by Karen this whole episode, and there was part of me that was, but for the most part, I appreciated her bravery to go on TV and be authentically open about where she stood on this kind of stuff. And then by the end of the episode, not to skip ahead, they're sitting there at the dinner table, and she is being attacked by like 10 gay people.
Yes.
And even though I want to shake her and be like, you're so stupid, why can't you just drop it? It's not a nice dynamic. Anyway, I thought it was very big of Jackie and her to let this be shown. Conversations we were not hearing.
Gay marriage was not legal yet.
Yeah. They really went for it.
You know what they never say in workout?
And also, like, they're serving like Velveeta cheese soup.
Guess what Mimi did for a living?
Oh, I can guess this. Not a stylist. Oh, wow. I don't know. She's not very personable. What is she?
Spin instructor.
Oh, of course. That's perfect.
And according to Jackie, her class was the best.
I'm sure it was. Where was it? Cycle House?
I don't know. I should text
Flywheel?
Jackie and find.
Okay. Yes.
Flywheel wasn't invented
text
yet.
Jackie.
We're not there yet.
Mimi wants to carry Jackie's baby is the revelation dinner table, which is like also, if I'm a mom, I'm doing my best to be open-minded. And this girl says, I'm not only a lesbian, I'm going to have a baby with your daughter and I'm going to carry it. I would be like, all right, can you guys calm down? Tess comes back. She vomits. Karen goes with Jackie to the fertility clinic. The doctor says, we're going to stick a needle in your vagina. And I freeze framed the moment Jackie hears they're going to put a needle in your vagina. Just to wrap it on Karen, this is just a quick one about famous Karens. Name that Karen. This model Karen was in Dumb and Dumber and is also famous for having lupus. Karen Duffy.
Okay.
You're not going to know a lot of these. Okay. But this is
I need
learning.
lesbian trivia. I need lesbian trivia.
I almost
Karens. Are you
I
fucking
almost
kidding
did
me?
that. Okay, we'll do a bonus episode only on lesbian trivia. This psychoanalyst, Karen, in the early 1900s is credited with founding feminist psychology in response to Freud's theory of penis envy.
Gloria Steinem.
Karen Horny.
Horny?
This dreamy anorexic songstress was also a super badass drummer.
Oh, this I know. Karen Carpenter.
Boom. This Karen once had a piece of poop thrown on her face at a skating rink in San Antonio, Texas. My mom. Okay. I want to hear more. How did you locate Jackie, and how did you
Amazing
get to
question.
her?
It took a lot of fucking work.
I bet. Work
So
that I'm going to just have you do for me.
Piggyback.
Yeah.
You are going to reap the benefits of the hard work. Okay.
Yes.
So the time period is summer 2020.
Not a good time period.
Okay. Cut to July 2020.
Oof.
Okay. I had been doing my podcast for a while, and Jackie Warner was my #1 dream guest.
Naturally. Autostraddle.
I'm clicking on the website. I'm emailing through the form. It's going absolutely nowhere.
She was your #1 guest. Just why?
Because I loved lesbian shit and Bravo. I majored in the lesbian internet. And it was like, that is like Bravo iconography.
Yes.
Or like those shows. She was my big fish.
Yes.
Was Jackie Warner. Couldn't find her.
Yeah.
Cut to, I'm on Fire Island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shout out.
I'm in the Pines. I'm talking to my friend about how I need Jackie Warner.
You're in the Pines, not Cherry Grove.
I was in the Pines.
Wow. Okay.
I was like, I got to try one more time. And this time I called the number. There was a number on her website. And so I called it and I texted it like maybe 2 weeks prior. And then I was like talking about it. I look at my phone. I'm walking on the boards.
Wow.
And it's like, hey, this is Jackie Warner. And I'm like, everything must stop right now. I'm like, God has just like spoken down to me.
I just got chills. Wow.
I was like, oh my God, hi. Like, I would love to interview you. Because this is the number that you would text or call if you want to book a session.
Yeah.
But no, I got ulterior motive. So we set it up and we did the damn thing.
And this was over
And
Zoom.
she loves me.
And so what did she tell you, just to recap?
Right before the pandemic, she coincidentally had decided to leave LA and move home to Ohio.
Why did she move back to Ohio?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Number one, I think she blew through all her money. She's very reckless with money. I hope she's not listening to this. But she says it in the past.
I hope she is listening to this.
Like,
And we love you, Jackie.
She told me in the first interview that she would like take a limo to the grocery store.
Girl.
And I was like, why? Why would you do that? She's like, because I could. Like, she said she like made and lost $1 million like 10 times over throughout her life.
Wow, isn't that just the way?
That is the way.
You're either a good saver or you're not. I'm working my way up to being a good saver, but I don't take a limo to the grocery store. Okay, so she blew.
So she lost a lot of money. And then, do you remember the inciting incident of the DUI arrest?
I don't even know about the DUI arrest. I'm literally trying
Delete
to go.
everything and cut right to this. This was like 2011, 2012.
So what happened? She got a DUI?
This is what happened. So that hits the news, and you don't really hear much about. I mean, it was a whole thing, and then
The DUI was in LA?
yes,
Okay.
and then of course I was like, that was headline news in my life.
Sure.
And then
Autostraddle feature.
years went by, and you don't really hear about Jackie, and then I find out that she's back in Ohio. In our second interview, I think I finally got around to like, so why did you wind up leaving LA? Like, it's like we circled around you, and she was like, to be honest, she was like, I never talk about this, but the DUI arrest ruined my career.
That'll do it.
She was taking Ambien to sleep, and she drove in an Ambien blackout. She drove to 7-Eleven to like get chips, and she was like in her like panties and like flip-flops, like half naked. And I think she like tried to like, there was an altercation, I think, with a police over mugshot, TMZ, the whole thing. And that like, if you're a fitness and wellness expert, like she was the go-to person to be in a comment in all the magazines, like
get healthy. Oh man, Ambien is such a bitch. I used to take Ambien to go party.
Wouldn't it make you fall asleep?
Yeah, but I have like, I think the opposite reaction. It just makes you high. If I was bored, I would just like take an Ambien and see what happens. I was a pill popper. I would find pills on the street and I wouldn't know what they were. Just I'd take them. See a pill on the subway. Oh, cool. Thanks. The universe gave me a pill. Like, I was crazy. Remember all the times when people were taking Ambien and tweeting, like Kristen Chenoweth?
Yes. Well, isn't that what famously Roseanne blamed her tweet on?
Oh, yeah. She said she was altered. I don't know, but that sounds about right. Anyway, don't do Ambien and don't put it up your butt. A DUI, it's traumatic. Yeah, okay. That does it.
So that is ultimately...
And her mom lives Karen from this episode lives in Ohio. This is where she's from.
So basically, she has an incredible relationship with her parents. Like now, like when you talk to her, she's like, I'm going over to my parents for dinner. Like, she's like, I don't curse. She's like, they're Mormon. And so like, she lives very close to her parents and like, they have this beautiful relationship.
Is Mimi still a spin instructor?
I don't know what Mimi's profession is.
Okay.
That could be a follow-up for Jackie.
She should work for Doge. You know, like I could see Mimi coming into like the Ministry of Health or the Department of Education being like, you know what? Everything out.
I could see Mimi being an instructor at Rumble Boxing.
Yes.
Right?
The freezing the eggs thing. Would you ever let a girlfriend carry your baby?
It's called reciprocal IVF.
Reciprocal IVF. Now,
It's when somebody else is carrying, when your partner carries your
sure.
eggs.
Okay. I mean, I get the desire. I get why it's because it's like you're both having a baby.
I don't want any baby.
Me either.
This is all I want.
This is all I want. Hello.
Should we clone her for 50 grand? You want to go in
Yes.
with me 25? We can clone her.
Yeah, let's clone you. Let's see. There's not a whole lot of interaction with the other cast members. I mean, I know that Doug.
Who's your favorite? Oh, wait, what about Doug?
Doug passes. I know. He was my favorite, though. He's
I
so
wanted to
hot
ask
me.
which of the trainers is most intriguing to you.
Doug, intriguing that I want to like hook up with him. Yes.
Or just like storyline, or like who do you think is funny?
I really love Brian Peeler.
Peeler.
I do. I love him.
Is Rebecca in season 1?
Yes, and I know that
You looked ahead?
the initial Google is like, oh, and then she dates Rebecca. So I'm seeing this all happen. Well, in like the first episode.
Can I come back for that episode?
Yes.
I would like.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's only 6 episodes in season 1, so I'll be in season 2 in 3
Next
weeks.
week.
Is Rebecca still around?
She's still alive.
Okay, good. Thank God.
She's still around.
I know.
Oh, Jesse was my favorite. I always think he was so cute.
He is cute. Not my type. Doug's more my type, and then Brian's my type next.
Okay.
I have a good friend of mine, who, when I started doing this show, he called and he was like, oh my God, I have to tell you my workout story. He went out on a date with Jesse. Jesse blew him, and while he was blowing him, a Bowflex commercial came on, and one of the other trainers from workout was in the commercial, so he felt like he was having a 3-way with the trainers.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so I'm episode 3, season 1 workout. I have a lot ahead of me, but what should I look out for as I move forward?
You want to keep an eye on Rebecca.
Yeah.
You want to keep an eye on Rebecca. I think I remember loving season 3. I think it just gets better and better.
Well, Andy was an executive on this, and so I'm going to get him
I
on
believe
here.
Jackie hated him.
I'm sure.
You're going to get him on that?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I think I want
Yes.
to do maybe episode 5, Andy talking about the
Amazing.
season or the series, and then 6, I want to get Jackie on here. Do you think I can?
I think she's gettable. What if we take an
Yes.
epic trip?
Let's go. Can we? But listen, I have rules.
Okay, what are the rules?
I have demands.
Okay, what are the demands?
Demands are...
Would we drive or fly? I think we're flying. So like a 1-hour flight.
We're flying.
Okay.
48 hours max. I think we land.
I'd like to keep it to 24.
Yeah. Like I'm getting in and getting the fuck out. But I'll do it.
Where are we staying?
Fucking Super 8, bitch. The Motel 6. A roadside close to the airport. Getting in and get out. What city in Ohio?
What's the capital of Ohio?
Des Moines? I don't know.
Oh, I need to ask
Ohio
her.
City?
I got to ask her where she is.
Columbus. Cleveland.
I don't know.
Chicago. That's Illinois.
I'll find out.
Dayton, Ohio.
I'll find out.
Wait. Cleveland,
I'll find-
Ohio.
I've never been to I've driven through Ohio.
This is the funniest conversation 2 people have ever had.
There's something here.
Okay, we're going to figure this out. Let us know in the comments what you would like to see us do with Jackie Werner. In honor of...
That was a production meeting.
Yes. People want to know.
No. Don't cut a thing.
No.
Do not cut a thing.
I'm not cutting a second of this. In honor of Jackie, you're going to hate this. In honor of Jackie freezing her eggs, I made a little game called What's Colder? A glass of water or water fountain water?
Glass of water.
Correct. School cafeteria milk or a bottle of water from a vending machine?
What's colder? Bottle of water from a vending machine.
Air outside on a fall morning or air from an air conditioner vent?
Air conditioner.
Yes. Popsicle or ice cream cone?
Popsicle. 'Cause
Correct.
it's been in the freezer.
You're so good.
Can we just do lesbian trivia?
Next time.
Make something up.
I thought it
Give
would-
me one question.
I thought it would be too on the nose to do
What's your
lesbian
favorite
trivia.
lesbian movie?
The first thing that came to my mind just now was Boys on the Side, but that's not
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. And also Whoopi Goldberg is lesbian. The first line in that movie is "Go back to Pakistan." She tells it to a cab driver. It's awful.
I can't believe you've never watched The L Word. This will be the greatest gift you could ever give yourself.
I love lesbian drama.
This is like actual, like fucking strap on, like you're
Strap-ons.
Girl, it's nuts.
Wow. Okay, I have a lot to think about. Jess Rothschild You've given me a lot. I feel almost nervous. I knew there was something here with workout, but I didn't know it's
a
this
portal.
major. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to hear a lot about Jackie in the time between now and when Jess and I go to Ohio to meet her in person and shoot an amazing interview with her, listen to Hot Takes and Deep Dives, Jess's podcast for 5 interviews with Jackie? Wow. Bye. Thank you for joining us. Do you have any final thoughts on Lesbians? Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for playing the games. Next time,
I mean, it should have been lesbian trivia. But
bonus. Come on and do a bonus, and we'll do lesbian trivia.
I'll run circles around you.
I'm sure you will. Who's your favorite lesbian singer?
Favorite lesbian singer? It's not like Katie Lang and that shit.
Chapel Roan?
No. Favorite lesbian singer? I mean,
Tracy Chapman?
I gotta say, Melissa Etheridge has bangers.
Yeah, I just saw her in concert.
What's your favorite
in
Melissa
LA.
Etheridge song?
Well, I sang "Come to My Window" for my Six Flags audition in
Which
high
you
school.
talk about in your show. Okay, pick another song.
"Bring Me Some Water."
Amazing. That's an amazing song.
As a version of "Bring Me Some Water" with Sophie B. Hawkins from VH1 Live Storytellers.
You know Sophie B. Hawkins dated Rosie O'Donnell. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that?
I didn't know that,
You're
but
welcome.
I know that Sophie B. Hawkins put a fertilized embryo in her at 50. And I think everything went fine. But I was thinking about that during Jackie's
Something I want you to think
freezing
about.
the eggs.
Something I want you to think about. Do you think like Jackie had a baby? Do you think she did freeze her eggs? Do you think like what happened? Jackie's fertility journey. Just something to think about.
I haven't thought about it. Wait.
This whole episode was about it.
I know. I kind of want to say she did nothing with those eggs and they were never made into kids. Because I think we know. I think I would even. Oh, shit. She has kids. Where's her kids?
She doesn't have kids. But it's a whole. It's an interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I couldn't really see. It didn't really seem in the universe was pointing me in a direction of like these are going to become individual entities that we will know and love. But again, I'm like you. When I'm seeing these journeys of having kids, I'm like, that's your fucking funeral. I don't want to. I don't want to be a part of any child's journey. Okay, follow Jess X NYC.
It's all happening.
Okay, Jess Rothschild. We'll see you very soon. Thank you for joining me. Show Pony is created and produced by me, John Hill, and supported by you, members of the Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe. Get involved, get engaged, tell everyone you know, and let me know what you want to see more of. New episodes every Monday on YouTube, audio only on Wednesdays, and make sure you join the Patreon so you can watch Show Pony Pumped, our companion after-show fitness podcast. Until next week, I'm John Hill. This is Show Pony. What's up? Are you a big fan of Jackie Warner? Where were you in 2006? What are your thoughts on lesbianism?